Right?
It's just sitting there.
Doink. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I know I'm a little late. That's because I was late. Anywho, but we're here, so that's all. That's the only thing that fucking matters. As you can see, we're missing one perverted man that drives the white van. Stalker Steve. He'll be joining us a little bit later. But we get the regular crew in here. And finally, the Northerners outnumber the fucking Southerners. No disrespect to anybody from the South. You guys are all going through all you're going through now as it is, so. Something like 2 feet of fucking rain, I heard, or something. 2 feet of rain, 95-mile-an-hour winds. I think I'm good where I am. I hope all is well down there. And Sandy, I know, you're in the thing, and I just hope that the sun comes out at some point in time, and hopefully you guys don't lose power and all that shit. That sucks.
Like you this winter, what'd you go, 4 or 5 days without power?
Yeah, we went a while without power. That's why I got a generator. I mean, it's they get the hurricane. I mean, we got hurricane. I get hurricanes up here too. But our winters are more.
Oh yeah.
More scarier than hurricanes, to be honest with you.
Farmer's Almanac saying this winter's going to be pretty rough too. And I noticed, like, I've got a really big maple tree in my front yard, and it's already been dropping leaves for a couple weeks now. And they start dropping leaves that early. That's not a good sign.
Mine too. I was saying that to my wife the other day. I said, why is these fucking leaves not even turned yet, and they're fucking dropping? That's unbelievable.
Mother Nature knows, right?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the Farmer's Almanac says so. Quite a few old timers still read persimmons, and all the old folks around here are saying this winter's going to be just flat out nasty.
Now, how does that work? Don't they split it, and if it looks like a spoon, there's going to be more snow, and if it looks like a fork, there's going to be less or something?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, that's the old timers. I mean, we're talking about the people that make Mikey look like he's walking around in diapers.
Oh, so Stevie's age.
Well, you are eligible for AARP now, right?
I got it in the mail. I'm pissed off. Pissed off at my wife because she didn't tell me right away. But you're fucking right. I'm psyched. 15% off hotels. I'm in.
In like Flynn.
All right.
Miss Lisa Shell, I hope you get the best possible news you can get on that little ordeal in the morning, and definitely get your rest and be ready for it, I guess. I mean,
oh, good for you, Shalisa. Who's ignoring Ohio? I didn't even do it. What do you call it?
You ignored him because he asked you for a link about 8 minutes ago.
Who did? Ohio. I didn't send Ohio a link. Usually Ohio's the first name on the link. I didn't send you a link, Ohio? Fuck. I'm sorry. You sure I didn't send you one? All right, I won't. I'll stop there. Anyway, let me do a run now before I get myself in deep shit.
Yeah.
Because that's going to cause so many problems if I keep going with that. So, back in the first spot, because she was like the queen of first place here. Sandy's Passions. So I know Sandy's getting pelted right now with some rain and wind and everything, and I just hope things go well for you, sweetheart. Prepper to endure. He's going to start rooting for the Patriots this year, I heard. What's going on? Good to see you, P2E.
As long as it's not the Steelers.
They're actually my second team I root for, because when I was a kid, the Patriots sucked so bad. The only team that was on TV was the Steelers. Stumps, of course, in here with us. County Line Logging. How the hell you been? Great to see you. Thanks for coming in. V-Borg of the 001. How you doing, V? Big Dog Leather, of course, is in here with us. Vanessa Kitty's in the house with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Hello,
What's going
Vanessa.
on, Eddie?
Not for a few more days, Mike. Ohio Wolverine, who just joined us, is now on the panel.
Why are you laughing? Because you forgot to send me an invite?
I did. The first week I forget to send it, and you go into the thing. I send you a link, friggin' you're the first person I hit every friggin' week, and I never forget. And the one week I don't frickin' send it, and Shalice, I hope everything works out well for you, sweetie. Do whatever you gotta do, sweetheart.
Yeah,
right.
Really. We'll be praying for you.
Yeah, don't ever worry about that shit, okay? Mr. J. Watterson, 69. It's Friday. Jay Watt's here. Retracting all his messages.
All right.
G Trapper, there you are. Doink, you got it, brother. Good to see you.
You know what my favorite thing is?
What?
Oops.
I think that's
Correction tape and whiteout, because I need this shit constantly.
So, for people down there that don't have power, probably, I hope things go well for you down there in the Carolinas, Carolakis, whatever. That absolutely sucks. We had our own bit of a thing. If you look it up, probably didn't make national news, but if you go on Google, you look up Lawrence, gas explosions, Lawrence, Mass, Andover, Mass, and North Andover, Mass.
Oh man, like 39 homes blew up, didn't it?
You ready? You ready for this?
Yeah.
70, not 70 fires in those three towns. And by the way, those three towns are adjacent to each other.
Columbia Gas has got some shit to be paying, right?
Now, here's the saddest part of all. There were 3 people injured, 1 death. The 1 death was somebody visiting someone, 18-year-old kid, 18 years old. You ready? There's 3 or 4 people in the car, okay? He's driving the vehicle. They're in the vehicle. Oh, it did. You know what? I didn't know it made national because I don't watch the news. Well, I shouldn't say I don't watch the news, but I haven't. So, and so they're in the vehicle. Boom! The house goes next door. I think it was next door. Was the house that he was visiting. Anywho, the chimney does one of these. Right on top of the car. 18 years old, done. Columbia Gas Company is going to be paying, and it's going to take a long time for these people. Here's the sucky part, right? Here's what everybody's saying. Now, I don't know if this holds true. So, if somebody if somebody that knows more than I, please say, Mikey, you fucked in the head. The insurance company of your homeowner's insurance company is not going to cover the house because it was a gas explosion. It's going to come from Columbia.
I don't know how that works.
If that's true, then people ain't getting fucking. They're going to be fucking homeless for quite some time. The only one seeing any money. The only one seeing any money quickly is the family of the boy that died. You know what I'm saying?
And right,
70 homes on fire. I got people that live in each one of those towns. All right. 2 doors down from each of them, lifelong friends. And she grew up when, so she left North Andover, went to Andover. 2 doors down from her, boom. 2 doors down from where she grew up, boom. I don't know. 2 must be the number for her, I guess. I don't know. But it's horrific. There was people calling the fire departments, calling 911. An old woman by herself was downstairs to get whatever the hell the story was, whatever the thing was. She went down in the basement to get something. Her house is on fire. So she calls the fire department, the 911 for the, ma'am, we're going to get there as soon as we can. I forget how many alarms it wound up being. I lost track. They were from New Hampshire. My town went. It was bananas. Bananas. There's still people that are not allowed to go home yet. They shut the power up, obviously shut the gas off. Duh. But yeah, it's fucking bananas out here for those 3 towns. 150,000 people last night without power. 150,000 without power in 3 towns. It's terrible. Vanessa says it depends if your company will sue the gas company, but also fix up your home. Well, let's hope that, because that's a lot of people to be homeless. You know what I mean?
What's going on there, Brother George?
George, yes, prep, and they called. Was it Pelham that came in, or Salem, New Hampshire came in? My town. There was a ton of them. Probably all on public record. Probably all get it, but there was a shitload of them. But terrible, terrible, terrible thing. Here's the thing, guys. How does that even happen?
They haven't explained anything yet, have they?
No. Here's something else you want to do.
I heard something about it might be overpressured.
Yeah.
I mean, that's about it.
Let me tell you something. It gets better. Go online and type in the governor of Massachusetts' his press conference yesterday about this. You want to see somebody that basically wants to tell Columbia Gas Company they fucked up royally and that they suck, but couldn't say it. You know what I mean?
So he was holding his tongue, eh?
Oh, but it was so obvious, though. Aged mains. Yeah, and here's the thing, right? So we have this pipeline that Richie, you want to come on? Fitchburg, yep. Now, Fitchburg, from my house to Fitchburg, okay? All right, so these towns, they are, let me see, Andover was 5 miles from me. North Andover, probably 8, 9. In Lawrence, depending upon what side of Lawrence I go to, I can be in Lawrence in 12 minutes, 13 minutes. So they're pretty damn close. Fitchburg, Mass is probably 40 miles from me or better. So they're coming from miles. These fire departments came from miles away. It's just fucking phenomenal.
How far are you from Worcester?
How far am I from Worcester? That's where Fitchburg is. Fitchburg is just outside of Worcester. So Worcester to me is probably, I don't know, 30 miles or so.
Yeah, I'll give you a name and address. You go pay somebody to visit for me.
Sure, 40%.
Okay.
Damn, that's it? 40? Shit.
So, well, that's what the guineas charge, 40%. 40%. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud?
You can say that. You're allowed with the last name like the Lucha.
Well, I am Italian, right? So I can say guinea without being racist, right?
Is there a discount if I have multiple contracts?
Yes, Vanessa, Fitchburg along Route 2. Yeah, Richie's 25 minutes from Worcester. So,
hey, man, I have a question.
What?
Is there a discount if I do have multiple contracts?
I don't know.
You knock it down to like 35?
No.
32%?
No, 40.
I even pay travel time because you had to go to.
You don't even know anybody lives in Massachusetts other than me.
No, I said I have to pay you travel time. You go to Oklahoma.
No. So
Stump just over there like, I ain't getting into this one.
it was either last year or year
Nope.
before, whatever it was.
And I know a phone number I could give you. That's
So it was either last year or the year before. I forget what it was. Richie will tell me, or Vanessa will. Massachusetts voted, the towns northeastern Massachusetts and western Mass and central. If you take the picture, vision the state of Massachusetts in your squash, right around the northern borderline, they wanted to put another gas pipeline, enlarge it. They wanted to make a huge one. Okay. And my town is already a junction. So we have, apparently we have a huge main junction that some bitch goes to towns. You might as well just fucking, you know what I mean? So we voted that down. And what it is all natural gas to be gone overseas. It's not even for us. So here's the thing. One of our main concerns is that if an accident happened, does the fire department have the means to are they trained enough? Well, they just found out, didn't they? Now, how does that happen? Seriously.
Well, not being from around there and not knowing, on your opinion, how did the fire departments do in that situation?
As best they could. You got to remember so I want to say, I think Andover has 3. North Andover has 3. Lawrence, I forget. Now Lawrence ain't a town; it's a city, but it's only 2.2 square miles, and that has 2 or 3 fire departments in it. Okay,
that's pretty impressive, actually.
All right, so here's the deal. Do they have 3? I think they have 3. Yeah. Here's not one report that I've heard, because now I'm driving all day, so I'm listening to the radio, not the TV, obviously. All right. Not one person, whether it was a person's house caught on fire or not, blew up, the whole 9. Not one person bitched about response time for the fire departments. Not one. I didn't hear one. Vanessa, did you hear any? Richie, did you hear any? Vanessa says most of these terminals being created due to fracking gas has been sold to overseas instead of being used here. Yes, that's what they wanted to do, Vanessa, was sell the gas overseas. So not only do they want to enlarge a gas pipeline going through the state of Massachusetts, oh, by the way, southern New Hampshire, okay, they're going to go sell it to somebody else and not even your own people. No, go fuck off. Not happening. That's what we told them, pretty much, because it didn't go through. Yeah, Richie, you're right. They did awesome. 70 fires. You're talking. There was a couple that had no choice. They had to let them burn because it was just so. What do you call it?
You got to take priority. I mean, can you imagine being the poor guy that's got to make that decision? I mean, sorry, sir, your house has got to burn because I've got this other one I got to go to.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. Some of them exploded. Ain't much left anyway.
Right.
And the ones that are, actually in flames, fully engulfed or whatever. Like Tim was just saying, or you, Mike, one, I'm not sure which it was. Some poor dude's got to sit there and look at this thing and say, there's no way I can save this one, but that one 2 doors over, we got a chance at saving it.
Right.
And you got to explain to this motherfucker who's sitting there watching his house turn into ash, dude, we're going down the street a little ways. No, there's...
It'd be a horrible spot to be in.
But
the first responders, your firefighters especially, dude, that's a hell of a job to start with, and you put them in a situation like this. like you said, 70 different houses.
Yeah. And with 70 different houses, all right. And again, I didn't, Richie, maybe you can help me out. I didn't hear anything about any water pressure issues, so they got lucky. All those fire departments there, and they didn't have water pressure issues. Hello.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so to answer the question, yeah, the EMS, they were, like I said, I didn't hear one complaint.
You know, the only thing I could think of that could even make this situation worse would be if it was like 10 below zero in January. You know?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because now, yeah.
Because there is nothing like fighting a fire when it's below zero. It's insane.
At that point, I'm sure you'd have to worry about mains being froze up and stuff like that.
Froze up.
Oh, yeah.
You froze up. When you're spraying that water, you got mist coming back on top of you.
And you turn into ice.
You turn into a big ice cube. Your regulators freeze. Your air tank freezes.
There was I remember years ago, there was a fire in Boston somewhere. And it was in January. And the fireman had icicles, I swear to God, sausage thick, hanging off his friggin' fire helmet.
They just don't stop. I mean, that's part. That takes a special breed of person to do that, because
Yeah.
they don't quit. They don't stop. I mean, we had here, my dipshit neighbor decided to catch my whole backyard on fire because he's a moron, and those guys were out there for hours. And I mean, there was still snow on the ground. Didn't phase them. I mean, they were out there, and they were out there for a couple hours. I mean, it was nuts. I wonder how that works. Do you think dude gets fined or something like that? Like if you're a dumbass and cause a fire that
yeah, you get fined for it. Like if you start a brush fire, like
yep,
say
that's what it was.
Yeah, say you're in your backyard burning some leaves or twigs or something, and it gets out of control and it burns a big, huge set, it starts a brush fire. And if it requires a response, if when I was on the fire department from 1992 to 2014. So if it requires a response, you go out there, and it was a neighbor that called, and they're sitting there by a campfire and there's no danger. You look at the guy and you go, "Hey man, you got some hot dogs or some marshmallows?" "Oh yeah, they're in the house." Go get them.
I knew that was coming.
If you're using it for cooking, you're fine.
Yep.
But if you light the whole damn field on fire behind your house, yeah, you're going to get charged for uncontrolled burn.
Yep.
Basically what it's called.
Yep.
Well, this was how stupid this guy was. So there's a video on my channel of the guy catching the backyard on fire. And if you go look, the next day I was walking my property line because there's a stockade fence on it and it burned. And the firefighters, they're concerned about putting the fire out. They don't care what goes where. And rightly so. I'm not being critical of them, but I don't want all that shit in my yard, right? So I'm walking in the perimeter of my yard, winging debris over the fence line to his, and I found 4 aerosol cans that were actually blown out. So this idiot wasn't even burning like leaves or brush or anything like that. He was burning garbage. And literally there was aerosol cans in it that blew up. They were 40, 50 feet away in the middle of my lawn, blown out, rusted out aerosol cans. I'm like, I hope somebody freaking build the shit out of you for that, because that's just sheer negligence.
Yeah, that's just dumb. That's just stupidity.
Yeah, it's to the point now where the fire department goes out on an automobile accident and they put some of that stuff down to oil dry. They put some of that on the road, and if they use certain tools. Before I left, we were logging. If we used the Halligan tool to bust a window, if we used the jaws of life to cut the car with, anything like that got logged in the report, and the insurance company of the person at fault to the accident was charged for that. It was kind of a thing where they were trying to relieve some of the burden of money for the fire department from the taxpayers, because people that come through town that don't live there are the ones using our service, you know?
Yeah. Hey, Richie.
Especially when you have a major freeway going through your district.
Yeah.
Man, that's a sound you'll never forget. I got in a bad accident when I was 18, and the sounds of those jaws of life, ooh, that still to this day gives me the heebie-jeebies. Oh, it took them 3 hours to cut
How you
me
doing,
out.
Mike?
Yeah.
Not bad, buddy.
They were giving me blood transfusions in the vehicle. It was bad. It was bad news bears. They life-flighted me from the scene.
Damn. Well, I'm glad you're here with us today, though.
Right.
27 pounds of titanium later, here I sit.
You know, it's like I know up here with New Hampshire and Maine anyway. I don't know if Mass does it or not, but if you're a hiker or whatever, a camper or something, and they have to go get you because of your own stupidity, you get charged. Justifiably so. I'm sorry.
Right. If you're foolish enough to cause issue where you require somebody like that, if it's not like my accident was not my fault, you know what I mean? And they came out and they had to cut the roof off the truck, they had to cut the dash out of the truck, they had to cut the door off, the whole motor, all four motor mounts broke loose, and the motor was back cut through the firewall and was laying on my left leg.
Ouch.
It was bad. It was bad. They give me 5% chance of survival on the scene.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
I spent 6 months in the hospital over it. Between the hospital, I was in a coma for 8 weeks, and then I was in a rehab hospital after that. Johnny, what's going on, brother?
All right, Ohio. There he is. So here's my issues. Okay. If they're old lines, why weren't they replaced? Okay, because now you just displaced I don't know how many people. I don't. I'm not even going to throw out a fucking number. You just displaced all that. You got one kid killed and 3 people injured. That's got to be negligence somewhere along the line. You can't tell me they don't know that those fucking, you know what I mean? I mean,
if there was such a catastrophic failure at one time, you're right. There had to be some precursor to that. There's no, like 70 friggin' houses don't blow up at one time. There had to have been some warning, some scenario.
That's my point.
Right.
There's more than just that. And I think this is why the governor's pissed. Richie, am I right on that? Richie, you still with me?
I think he quit you.
No, maybe he doesn't know he's on mute.
Fucking with you, Mike. Damn.
He might
What's going on, Johnny?
He might have stepped away. Hey, Johnny, what's up?
Yeah, I'm still here. He actually.
Go ahead.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're here. Go ahead. There you are. Go ahead.
Bueller.
He actually made Eversource take over everything, and made Columbia step down.
And tell me the National Grid guys aren't sitting back laughing their ass off. But we just lost them. So yeah, Eversource is another. We'll see about that. We'll see what happens with Eversource. It's just fucking bananas up these three towns up near me, and signs all over the highway. Don't go. If you don't need to go in that town, don't go in that town. You know, I didn't do deliveries in one of those towns today. Two of those towns today, I believe. Yeah, two. They killed all the power. It's just bananas. It's just absolutely fucking bananas. You know.
Well, now, this is a curiosity I've got. You know, it's a lack of knowledge thing. I understand that. So feel free to call me a dumbass. But in a situation like this, fuck off, Timothy. In a situation like this, does some outfit like FEMA or somebody like that step in? I mean, because you're talking about a very massive number of people, 3 towns worth being displaced at some level due to a corporation's fuck up somewhere down the line. I mean, does like the Red Cross come in and set up shelters or something?
Well,
I mean,
the Red Cross came in. They set up camp. They're using a middle school, a senior center, and a high school, I believe, for people that don't have any place to go. They don't have family they can go be with. It. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
I also heard on the radio that I don't know if it's FEMA or not, but there's a federal investigation going on as we speak about it.
Okay.
So,
and Kitty's putting in here, you know, only if the governor submits the paperwork for disaster to the federales. That would make sense too.
yeah. Which I'm sure he did because they're going to need federal help to begin with. So he probably, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's
something of this level. I mean, like I said, that's a massive number of people. You're talking 3
Oh yeah, it's phenomenal.
You know, and up there, towns aren't like they are around here. I mean, the closest town to me is 2,500 people. So you got towns up there.
They got 2,500 people.
2,500 people in one fucking building.
Exactly. Like the city of Lawrence, I forget how many they have. They've got to have over. They probably got about 60,000, 70,000, easy, in 2 square miles. 2 square miles. Okay, very small city, but there's a shitload of people in it, and those are just the legal ones. I gotta be an asshole at some point in time. Johnny, the M.I. Woodsman made it. How are you, my friend?
Better than I was earlier.
That's good to know. Good to hear. I just want to let you know you did get a text last week and an invite. You know.
Yeah, I seen that. I wasn't feeling it, man.
Huh?
I wasn't feeling. I've been feeling so hot.
It's all good, bro. I just wanted to I didn't want you to think that I forgot about you.
Yeah.
Like I did Ohio tonight.
Yeah.
Well, fuck Ohio anyway. He's at work and he's not paying attention to us anymore. So. Welcome back, Richie. Slim cost. Yeah, right on Triumph. They can't print without power. And I feel really bad. Those people, I feel really bad for them. It sucks. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But for a fire department to come 45 something miles away, 50 miles away, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now they'll probably wind up. I'm guessing my educated guess would be they'll go bankrupt due to the fact of all the pay. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I'm quite sure when it's all said and done, like we were just talking about, that the fire departments will be paid from them. You know. PNASCAR joins us, everybody. How you been, Mr. P. NASCAR, sir?
What's going on? Oh,
Did we just lose Stump, too?
No, he's still there.
All right.
no, I was trying to fucking type and I hit the damn button. I went to do some stupid shit.
What are you getting, fucking old?
Yeah, almost as old as you.
Richie's older than I am.
Nope.
About you.
Yes, you are.
Ain't my fault y'all are ancient.
Let me see. Nope, Johnny's the oldest one of the
Invited
panel
that
tonight.
fuzzy skin bitch wearing diapers anyway.
Yeah. Just wish you looked this good, you old gray-haired bastard.
All right, enough of the poor people of Massachusetts and all that. We will think of them, but what I'd like to do now is I'm gonna go click on them. I want. I haven't seen it yet, but Big Dog of the Leather Kind just put out a video, and from what Stump says, it's a very, very cool video. Not that he doesn't put out cool videos to begin with, but you guys know what I'm saying.
This is way better than normal shit. Yeah,
Pardon? Go ahead.
it's way better than his normal stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. So, and he's gonna give you a sneak peek on what he's doing. So I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna click on him, and then Big Dog of the Leather Kind can have the floor in 1 second. There you go. It's all you.
So we're making a over-the-shoulder sheath for a takedown buck saw. Actually, the feller that saw it is in the room. That's for TSP in there. So here it is. This is the buck saw in question.
Which is a beautiful buck saw, by the way.
Beautiful, definitely. Beautiful craftsmanship. So we're going to make a leather over-the-shoulder holster for it. And got some of the pieces started. It's going to be pretty doggone big. So
Yeah, I like that. That looks cool.
This is the back, right? So
it'll
and
be
then
like,
we got some heavy duty D-ring that'll be able to put a strap on here and carry it over your shoulder. But still building it as we go. I mean, I look at it and wait for it to tell me what it wants to be, right? You know?
Yep.
I don't have any plans. I don't have any blueprints, any patterns, you know. It's all in my head, which is a scary place. That's about it.
I didn't say it. You did.
Hey, I'll admit it. So we got a series going.
So, and I know that that's kind of cool the way you're doing it too. You know, because you don't have plans, so you're just gonna do whatever pops in your brain, like you said. When it's all over and done with, about you know, about how long will it be? About, do you think?
I've got about 6 hours in it now. It'll probably be about 25 hours by the time I'm done.
No, my mistake.
How long will the sheath be overall inches?
Yes.
Well, the main body's 22 inches, but then you've got a flap that goes over it, so probably about 26. And it's about 26 inches, and then it'll be about 8 inches wide.
Yeah. See, that's not bad at all.
And you won't see another one like it because they don't exist. I mean, this is just a first-time one-off build that I'm just laying pieces on leather and trying to build it in my mind and then figure out how I can transverse what's there onto the material.
Right. And while he's being ever so humble over there, you know, just, you got to remember, like the man just said, this is a one-off custom piece. There is no pattern. He's doing this on the fly as he goes. You've got just the sheer labor of figuring out how to put this thing together, where pockets need to be, how to do it so that you don't waste space. Make it as efficient as possible. Knowing Timmy there, I'm sure there's going to be some tooling here and there, something of some sort. You're talking about hand stitching, buffing, burnishing edges, separate wet form compartments, and all. This, he's sitting there like what he's doing is as simple as taking a dump, but no, this is a pretty damn big project, y'all.
Yeah, but
highly
honestly,
everybody
I wanted to
there.
make one.
Shut up! I'm trying to brag on you, damn it.
Wipe
But-
your mouth.
Go over to the channel. Go over to this channel and check that video out. And even though it's going to be a drawn out miniseries,
Well, that's
I
my
think
job.
y'all might actually like this one.
I look
I'm
forward
through
to it.
trying to break. Get back to running your mouth.
So that's the thing too. Is I don't know if I mentioned it, but the first of those is already out there. He's already got it out. So go over and check it out. I need a new saw for the woods while collecting wood. Okay, thank you, Caroline. Of course, I'll look them up.
I don't know if Stump or Mike or Emma, if you've seen it. I posted on Facebook earlier. Did you see the video from the Weather Channel
I did not.
where the Weather Channel announcer, or he's out in the hurricane winds, and he's standing there and he's like trying to stand up straight because the wind's blowing him, and he's leaning forward and the wind's blowing him, and he's screaming into the mic, and then two guys just walk by in the background, just like it's nothing. I was like, even the Weather Channel's fake news. You know what I mean?
That's friggin' hilarious.
It's. I'm telling you what, it's spreading all over Facebook right now. You hop onto Facebook, you'll see that probably in your news feed in the first probably 3 or 4 scrolls down.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Although there is 90-mile-an-hour winds out there.
What's that?
There is 90-mile-an-hour winds down there.
Yeah, but where he was, it wasn't that bad. He just making it look bad. And then it's like the one lady who was sitting in the canoe a couple of years back with the flooding down in the south.
Yeah.
She's sitting in a canoe announcing how bad things are, and then two guys walk in the water and it's like ankle deep. And he walks right past them.
Yeah, I don't know why they do shit like that. I mean, I do, but
It just means they're not even close to what's actually going on. They just want you to think that they're down there,
Yep.
right. I'm gonna have to go see that because that's just nuts. Yeah, Vanessa, Caroline and Chris does a great job. Just go look them up, and there's another guy on this panel that a few years back made a bunch of those buck saws. I'm not going to mention any names though.
Made a bunch of what?
Made a bunch of buck saws. I'm not going to mention any names because from what I understand, they came out absolutely beautiful.
We know he's not talking about Stump because if Stump made him, they'd be crooked as hell.
Right. No, he's not a Southerner. He's a Michigander.
Right, so he's a northerner. He knows how to build shit straight.
Exactly. But that's cool. I'm glad you're doing that for him, and that's gonna come out cool.
Look at this.
Hey,
Just
no,
showed
no,
up.
What? She's gonna say I'm tired. I don't want to come on.
After Steve, he was too busy on. I tried to find.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah.
He doesn't like us anymore, Ohio. He's on the radio, Ohio. So it's not even, he's on that podcast thing.
Oh, podcast. It wasn't even
whatever the hell it is. You know how he is.
Oh, look who's in the room, Mike. Uncle Pervy needs to come out now.
Well, hold on. Y'all can pick on the meth head in just a second. Jason McDaniel here brings up a good point. I don't know if anybody else in here is aware of it or not. Our southern brother Chad, the fat man, his channel got fucking doused. It's gone. History. See ya.
Why?
Copyright shit. And if you will click that link in there, I'm sure that Jason or Jay Watt one put it. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
No.
I've got his new channel.
Chad does have another channel up. It is The Fat Man, 2 words, capital T, capital F. He's got one video up so far. He's sneaking up on like 200 subs at the moment, and that's bullshit when he had over $4,000 worth
Yeah,
of
you
subs.
got
You
12
know?
subs right now. That's it, and I'm one of them.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute,
Yeah,
people.
I just clicked on it a while ago. It's like
Hang on.
100.
Hello, Guns Girl. Now,
See who I bring with me?
hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Don't ever mention you and Guns Girl in the same sentence as bringing you with the guys. That mean you would be near her, and it's bad enough you live in the same state as her.
Here,
Okay.
I can't post in the external chat, but I'll post it in the internal. Somebody else can post it.
Jay Watt's posting the storm that you were just talking about, by the way, with the lady. Steve, we were just talking about Ohio was talking about how the guy down there in the hurricane, and he's like, pretending that he's being blown over by the wind and the whole 9 yards, and 2 people walk behind him. There was no problem. And the link out there.
Newscaster?
Yeah, check the link that Jay Watt just put in there, and you'll see what it is. Gunpowder Beauty made it tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Mike, you see the link in the internal that I put? Can you put that in the external?
I think so.
That's the Fat Man's channel.
If I copy the link address, right, and I share it, and I whatever over this side, paste it over this side, doink. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that link right there should take you to none other than Chad the Fat Man new channel, which I just clicked onto. He now has 192. Hit the bell so you get his videos.
193. I just subbed him.
That was at 190.
I'll have to text him later. That sucks. I had no idea. Thank you, Ohio. Appreciate that.
And to Jason as well for reminding me to even say something about it. I just found out about it a little while ago.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Bullet Points did a video on it.
How's
Yeah,
he
him
doing?
and Dino. One other one did it.
Maybe we should all do a video.
That's all right, Jason.
Yeah.
We should. I mean, for everything he's done for us, holy shit. Are you kidding
Damn
me?
right.
There isn't a. I'm trying to think of somebody that knows him. That's watched his videos. He's watched. I'm trying to think of. You guys already know how I feel about him. I mentioned one night that I wanted to go out and buy a skinning knife. I don't even think it was a week later there was a skinning knife in my fucking mailbox. But that's just him, though. It's how he is, and that I was fortunate enough to meet him when he came up here to come ice fishing with us, and that's why I didn't do a lot of videoing, because I was between him and NH Trapper.
You were starstruck.
No, I was. I'll tell you who I was starstruck with. But no, we just get into talk, and I just wanted to talk. You guys know how I can talk, so
No.
Yeah.
You? What? Never.
I was starstruck with Sarge Farrier for about 30 seconds. And then that ended.
Yeah, he broke that shit up quick.
But yeah. Anyway, Steven.
What's
Steven.
happening?
Well, I just like to say thank you for donning us with your presence.
I had to give it a shot. Ebomi's been after me to do his Locked and Loaded show ever since I won that rifle. It's been, what, over a year? So because of my awesome Friday nights with you guys.
So, well, I don't want to hear that
down.
bullshit because I didn't have a chat a week ago Friday or 2 weeks ago, so you could have did it on them nights. J. Greg Campbell, how the hell are you?
Well, they got new scheduling and all that crap, so.
I understand. I'm just breaking your balls, Stevie.
But basically, it's exactly what we're doing, except for John Solar broadcasts it over the radio.
Jason McDaniel hits the nail squarely on the head. Yeah, he's one of those first people that I sub to in this community. He introduced me into this awesome community. Chad is awesome. Since he has helped us so much, the most that we can do is help him out.
You know what?
Right on, Jason. Jason, you the man.
It brings me back. It's been a few years, but Chad used to do giveaways once a week, man. He was always giving a knife away or something, man. And just out of the goodness of his heart, it wasn't because he was looking for subs or anything like that. It was just, you know, he liked to share stuff, you know, like, you know, hey, this is a cool knife I got, blah, blah, blah. You know, I got a couple of them. I'm going to share one with somebody. And then I actually was lucky enough to win more than once, I think. And that dude would send you a box. You're already laughing. You'd open that box up, man. There'd be cigarette butts in it, pop can lids.
If you never want to give away from
everything in that damn thing.
Yep. If you never want to give away from the Fat Man, you missed out because I won one of his giveaways, and I got a couple of CD movies.
Yeah. He always throws in some.
I don't know. I think there was a bag of popcorn or something. I mean, it was a different array of things. It wasn't just the item that you won.
Mine looked like he went out and swept the garage and then stuck everything that he swept in the garage in the box and then put my knife down in it. Is what it looks like. Yep.
Gunpowder Beauty says, I'm hiding in here trying to avoid the late night conference call. Got to do for work. Can a cupcake and wine van just drive by and kidnap me for a few days? Can a cupcake and wine van? I know where there's a van. I don't know if it whines. Oh, it whines. Never mind. Yeah.
I got
white. I'll send them there. All right.
Hey, that'd be less than a tank of gas, too, because she is in Michigan now.
You know, so.
Right, prepping.
He's all excited now.
In the kidnapping part, Stevie's not as pervy as I am, so I don't know.
I got a weekend mission.
I don't know if Stevie can make a good kidnapper.
Oh yeah, and Gunpowder Beauty. By the way, I clicked on your video where you did your makeup thing or whatever, and
I didn't see that yet. So
I didn't stop watching. You know, usually a makeup tutorial is something I just scroll on by, but for some reason I was intrigued and I watched the whole damn thing.
Wow.
Gunpowder Beauty now, and knowing is half the battle, right?
Careful what you ask for over there, sweetheart. I don't want to work this weekend. Well, sorry to hear that. I'm not working this weekend. Unfortunately, I have Sunday. I lost a cousin this week.
Sorry to hear that.
This is Mike.
On my birthday, she died, and she died on my birthday and 2 days before her own. She'd have been 56 years old.
Awful young.
She had 3 years ago. She had a brain aneurysm, and then a year ago or a year and a half ago, she suffered a stroke.
Yeah.
So, for all accounting purposes, she's in a better spot because she wasn't early in there, you know. So we're gonna go do that Sunday, and tomorrow we got the walk that I go every year for the Huntington's disease. So we get the walk tomorrow morning. So, so it'll be a good weekend. It'll be all right, you know. It'll be all right.
Well, you get to see family.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw most of them over Labor Day, but it's always good to see family. you know. It's good. It's good. So did they pay you? I hope to do the podcast thingamabob because.
Oh yeah, $5,000, man.
Oh, well,
I had to
I'm
do
not paying
commercials
you.
and everything.
I'm paying everybody else tonight, but you.
That's okay.
Just saying. I was trying to pay Guns Girl, but she's not into that, so I can't. You know. Well, not that way, you sick bastard.
You just have to leave it on the dresser when you sneak out.
That's what I just said. Not that way, you mean bastard. I'm talking about her coming on here. Get your mind out of the gutter. What's wrong with you? Jesus.
I don't know, Uncle Pervy. You tell me.
Uncle Pervy. See, you're an asshole. Because listen.
That's the first time I've ever said that, too, by the way.
Listen, I am not a perv. All right.
No, you just act like one on the weekends.
For the record, that's my line.
Right. I just
mine is it anyway. Stevie, what do you? Oh, Stevie, it doesn't say what size, but I wish I had the room for it. There's a.
That's what she said, Mike.
Yeah, right? I'm not touching that statement.
There's a lathe for sale on Facebook for $100.
Oh,
out in Gardner, Mass, right beside that Pittsburgh place we were talking about earlier.
Right.
That's right out near Richie Gardner. Well, not really, but he's closer to Gardner than I am.
Doesn't he have pole barns and shit? Go buy it and put it in there, and then you go visit on the weekends. And...
Well, he's got that nice big truck he could put it in for me.
Right.
You know, give him something to do. Right, Rich?
And it's nice to see you're not scratching your back.
What was that? I missed that.
I said there's a lathe out in Gardner, Mass. The guy wants $100 for it. I might send you out with the truck.
Okay.
AZ Prepper joins us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, AZ? How goes the battle? Jesus, we got 7 of us in here tonight.
Woohoo!
Ain't a damn thing wrong with that.
Right?
I mean, other than Stump, but, you know.
Good night, Gunpowder Beauty, and take care. And sorry that you have to work this weekend.
Have a good sleep.
Just do not go into work with any weapons. Okay. I found a nice maple workbench top place on some bent iron table legs. Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah.
For the reloading bench.
Bingo.
Stevie, you got one too?
Yeah, I got an old, a real old pine desk from the school. It's
really?
Their like shop class. Really nice. It's got the old wood drawers and stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't let it was heading for the trash. I couldn't let it go.
They don't make stuff like that anymore. It's crazy. People want to throw that shit out, and they don't make my desk that I use. There's no screws in this desk whatsoever. It's all put together with, you know, mortise and tenon or whatever the hell it's called. And,
yep.
Pins.
Rabbit tail. Was it rabbit tail? Is that what they still call it that?
Dovetail.
Dovetail. Thank you. Dovetail. Yep. They don't even do that shit no more.
Well, it's like, look at this. Look
it's all stapled.
Look at this. Did you guys see this that Johnny made me?
Hang on. Let's let me go back on. Let me click on him. Hang on a second. Hang on.
That's the swiveler.
What this is for is when you want to sew like a belt or a seam. This opens up. You set it on your desk, and you can lay your leather in between it. You open up these eye bolts, you know, and then you put your piece in here. But look at it. He routed it all.
Nice.
He even put little rubber feet on the bottom of it because he knows my desktop is marble, so it won't slide around or anything. Look at that. That thing's freaking awesome.
Sweet. Nice job.
I thought it was a toilet paper holder for a minute, though.
Well, Only you would think that, Michael.
John, Mr. John the M.I. Woods, and my good buddy out there in Michigan. That was a hell of a job, my friend. Good job.
Thank
Good
you.
workmanship. Good workmanship there.
Beautiful. Can you unpresent me now?
Yeah, because I can't stand looking at that
Really,
fucking.
yeah, I don't want to lose my supper looking at his ass.
Yeah, because you're a fucking beauty queen over there, Stumpy.
And I don't make nothing with blueprints either. Everything I make is out of my head.
That's the best way to do it.
Yep, I look at a picture, say I can make something similar to that, and do my own take.
That's all it was, man. I sent him a picture, and I was like, hey, do you think you can make something like that? Freaking 2 weeks later, a box shows up at my house. I'm like, holy shit.
And it's 3-sided, so you can do corner stitching.
Yeah, we were talking about that in my goofy ass. I put something in there, and I'm using it on the top, right? And I didn't even use the corner. John's like, hey, dumbass, you realize that's 3-sided for a reason, so you can sew right around the corner and not have to move
That's
it. Like,
awesome.
oh.
You dumbass.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that everybody knows you?
I hate when that shit happens. I shoulda, woulda, coulda.
I didn't even think about it. I'm so used to doing it, another way, and I'm like, shit. Yeah, you're right. He's like, yeah, I made it that way for a reason.
Vanessa, I have a question for you, young lady. Have you been drinking tonight? Just saying, because of the comment you wrote. She said, no, we want to view his lovely face.
She had to pick between you and me. I mean, come on. It's a pretty easy choice.
Really? did it sound good coming out your mouth?
It did. It sounded great to me.
Steve, I like the root ball you did.
Oh, thank you, Vanessa.
Crazy.
Was a challenge.
Yeah.
That was pretty epic, man. I sent a guy over, Steve. There's a guy from across the pond. His name is Huey Lyons. I sent him over because he's a new guy to lathes, and I told him, go check out Stalker Steve. He does a lot of cool stuff with lathes.
Yeah, I seen him over there. I was talking to him a little bit.
He's a really good dude.
Stuff out.
He's a really good dude. He just bought a lathe. He got one off of eBay for a really good, good deal, and he's starting to, do some stuff with it.
Tinker with it.
I don't think I've checked eBay yet.
That's where he got his. He got his for $100, and it came with a table and the whole 9 yards.
Dude, this is the one that there's one for sale on Facebook. The same way, it comes with a table and everything. But I got nowhere to put it. That shit makes a mess, as you know.
I gotta get one. I gotta get another one, I should say, so I can get back into it.
I haven't. So relaxing.
Stevie, I haven't used a lathe since 1985.
Wow.
Fuck, you're old.
That's the last time I used a lathe. No.
But whatever you're doing, whether it's with the lathe, whether it's like Stump with the sharpening, or Johnny with his woodwork, or me with my leather, it's relaxing. It just helps. At least with me, it helps me unwind.
It takes you out of yourself.
Right, and you have to pay attention. You're so focused on what you're doing that you don't worry about all the other shit.
You're not worried about. Yeah, you're not worried about the wife, the kid, the bills, the this, the that, the this, the that. I gotta go do this. I gotta go to this house. I don't want to go. I gotta go to. You're just doing what's in front of you, and you're not thinking about nothing else.
Right.
9 times out of 10, man, on a bad day at work, I come home, I come right down here, I put the tunes on, and I just zone whatever it is, whatever I'm making. Which, by the way, Uncle Cow, I know you'll watch later, but your package will go in the mail on Monday.
Fuck. Hello, Uncle Cow. I missed you on the shout outs. My bad, my brother. Hope things are well.
I made him a little a billfold type thing.
Yeah, he did a video the other day I watched, and you were mentioned in the said video.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know what I did with it now. I had it down here, but apparently I've misplaced it. God, I did a mic. I lost my freaking wallet with my ID and all that shit in it. Damn.
Oh. It might be the one.
It's in the house somewhere.
It might be the one you sent to somebody.
Oh, Jesus, I hope not. I've sent about a half dozen of them things out in the last.
Done that too.
Here, have it. It's free.
Done that too.
Yeah, they look similar to this. It's like a little, put your ID and your, ATM card or whatever, and then it fits right in your shirt pocket. Boom.
I wonder who that one's going to.
Those are my initials, Dillweed. Everybody says that. Everybody sees that. And they're like, oh, you're sending that to Triumph screen printing. I'm like, no, those are my initials.
I think if Stump was here, he'd go.
Yeah, where did he go?
I lost the thought.
Right on, Jay. What? Where did Stumper go?
He just fell out.
No, he's still here. He just turned his camera off.
Did the storm get him?
No, he just left. Weird. I don't know.
Hopefully the storm hasn't reached inland that far.
He said he got a little bit of rain, but nothing, nothing crazy.
Well, it's not done yet, I don't think.
No, they're saying Monday is going to be the worst because our data center's down there in Raleigh, and they're saying it's getting bad. I know Raleigh's lost power twice, and our backup generators kicked in because I get the email notifications when the backup generators kick in. So twice so far they've lost power, and then it's been restored.
It's fucked up. I wish I had a house, Stevie. I'd buy that fucking later than a minute.
All right.
I wouldn't know what the fuck to do with it, but I'd do something with it.
Eventually.
Let's
make something round. Anything.
Yep. Give me something I can play with. Well, for the lathe, that is.
I used to make a lot of semi-truck wheels out of with mine.
Oh, yeah?
I used to make these, foot, 18-inch size semi-truck dump trucks and stuff for kids to play with out of pine. And I'd turn the dually wheels, and I'd turn the front wheels, and put treads on them. Yeah, worked pretty good.
My dad used to build a lot of kids' toys like that, trains and stuff. Pretty cool.
Oh, you mentioned trains. My little guy, absolutely enthralled with anything that is trains. We took him to there's a train museum here locally, and it's amazing a little guy like that and how just absolutely enamored he gets with all the cogs and wheels and steam. And it was really awesome to see his face just light up and be so happy.
Right. Thanks, Triumph. No, that's cool. You're right. There is no better thing than seeing a little kid happy.
Yeah, it makes you wish you could go back to that time too, when it's just like, life was so much more simpler and the simple things made you happy and you didn't have to worry about paying the bills and buying the groceries and all that shit.
Yep.
Really, Vanessa? See, I wish I knew how to make all that shit. I probably could if I just sat down and did it, but.
So, Steve, your mall's been pretty tested, man. I've been using it, and if you see, there's not a whole lot of scarring on it. She's holding up pretty good.
Awesome. Well, that maple was harder than I hoped. Then that's cool.
With the wooden ones, I don't use it to like drive rivets or punch holes or anything like that. It's more of the just your light beveling and stuff like that. Because I've got two of the wood ones, and I don't abuse them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Held up pretty good.
Jason McDaniel says, I'm thinking about making a dump style pouch. Where can I fold a bag into a small leather fold? I'm probably using old denim pant leg as the bag pouch and leather to keep it together when not in use.
Interesting.
So the flap is going to be just the leather's going to be out of the lid, so to speak.
That's what I would think, but I don't know. I don't want to answer for him, obviously.
I mean, the best way to do it is sew it across the back, and then get one of the 2-piece buttons, the stamp buttons, and just put a button on it. That'd be the easiest way to do it.
G-Trapper, he just bought 2 coon hats for his son and a friend, $468.
Man, they want a lot of money for that. You'd think they would give the trappers more money for the furs, for Pete's sakes.
Speaking of hats, one of the leather groups that I'm in, the guy just came out with the pattern for the Indiana Jones style hat.
Oh, really?
Just thinking about buying it and trying my hand at making some hats.
Wow, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I like to have something like that.
Time for another Mountain Dew.
It would be original.
Mikey stopped with the Mountain Dews.
Really?
Fruitopia water. See that? Flavored water.
Quit the Mountain Dew.
Well, see, here's the thing. I have this very beautiful, soon-to-be 14-year-old daughter that said to me, Dad, I think it's time you quit with the Mountain Dew. And I said, go away, leave me alone. And then she said, no, Dad. I says, you know what? My birthday, I'll stop. I haven't had a Mountain Dew since the day before my birthday, actually.
Good for you, man. Are you getting the slamming headaches?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I haven't slept well. And right across right on my forehead, right here. It's just da-ding, 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 da-ding.
Yep, that's from the caffeine and stuff.
And I actually pushed my forefinger, like when I was driving today. I was actually pushing my forefinger into that friggin' vein and just pushing as hard as I could. It felt a lot better. But damn, I'll tell you.
So is the goal to just quit caffeine, period?
No, because I'm still drinking coffee.
Yeah, there'd be dead bodies everywhere if I couldn't have coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
It's a catastrophe, I tell you.
They all know at work. It's funny. They know. They're just like, they walk up and they're like, have you had coffee yet? No. Okay, I'll come back in a half hour. It's probably wise.
That's I'm trained.
G-Trappers, he says, I love Gons. I'm getting a pair made for his... Oh, back up, Mike. Where'd it go?
Get a pair made
from a berry shot with a bow.
Cool.
See, that's awesome. It's like Stevie, I told you, that's why I want to get I want to have a pair of beaver skin mitts made up. I could have taken 2 off the side of the friggin' road today, I'll tell you. Holy shit, were they big.
You know, I've always thought about doing that, getting some of the softer, you know, like the chromium tan leather, and making some mitts and either lining them with beaver or like rabbit fur would work real good too. I've thought about doing that more than once.
You got to watch rabbit fur with the shedding and stuff. End up with your nose tickling all the time.
They say that.
What would you suggest to use? I mean, beaver, clearly.
Beaver. I mean, have you ever seen a pair of mitts online? How much they are, beaver mitts?
Yeah.
Holy expensive. Dude, it's like almost a week's pay.
Shit, I'm in the wrong business. I need to figure out how to make fucking mittens, eh?
Right?
Yeah.
No, the first trick is to buy the beaver skins cheap somewhere. That's the hard part.
I know a guy that is a trapper. I'm just saying.
Oh, I can send you all the raw skins you want, but you got to get them tan. That's where the money's at.
Or tan them yourself.
Yeah, that's a different art, man. I've seen what's his name? That guy on Mountain Man, that Tom Moore.
Yeah.
Some of the traditional tanning, it's beautiful. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've never worked with buckskin, but I've definitely considered it.
I hear it stinks, like horridly.
The tanning process, it does.
Yes.
It's nasty. You don't want to do it in your basement.
You got to use the brains and shit and all that, and I hear it's nasty, nasty, nasty.
Even the chemical process stinks.
Well, you know how, like, so vegetable tan leather, like this stuff, right? Depending on what you buy, so if you get Herman oak leather, that's actually still tanned the traditional way, which is using oak bark tannins, and it's actually dipped thousands of times into a large vat of the oak bark tannin. Now you can buy the commercial stuff, and that's called chromium tan, and they actually put it in a great big, looks like a great big washing machine, and it's all chemicals, and the leather that you get is just, it's garbage. It won't take a stamp, it won't take a dye, it won't take anything. I refuse to touch anything that isn't. At this point, I've worked with, the import leather, the leathers from Brazil and stuff like that. And believe it or not, the leather you get from Mexico is tanned with urine. Believe it or not. It's actually urine tan leather.
Awesome, huh?
That's why I only buy Herman oak, man. Herman oak, best shit you've ever bought.
But
expensive. You pay a premium for it, but
how much is it? How much would it be if I knew a trapper, right? If I knew a trapper, and let's suppose he trapped 2 beaver, right? How much would the tanning process be for 2 beaver?
I have no clue, because tanning raw hides, I don't know how. I know that, put it this way, the last deer I shot, I had the hide tanned, and it cost me $150 to have that deer hide tanned so that I could. It's hanging on the wall right now.
Yeah, probably about 150 for the both of them, I would think. It all depends on the taxidermist you find. I got oh, wait a minute. Let me see if I can find it. Talk amongst yourselves.
Is that what she said?
Certainly.
So you got to figure, Mikey. I mean, if you got $150 in, let's just say for good round math, you got $150 in the hide. You've probably got another $40 in the outer leather, and then the time. I would venture to guess, and keep in mind I've never done this, you'd probably have 10 hours and making a set of mitts. So, that's why they charge what they charge. It depends on, too, where you get them from. If some starving kid in Ethiopia is making the fucking thing, comparatively to somebody here that's, But it's funny. So many people are like, well, what do you charge to do things? And I don't even know, man, because I don't charge by the hour, because if I did, nobody could fucking afford what I made. You know what I mean? There's just no way. There's no way. Are you going to pay? Are you going to pay $150 for a belt? No, you're not. It's just basic math. Nobody's going to pay that. Not when you can go to fucking Cabela's and buy one for $60.
Well, there are some people that can pay it, but they're at a slightly higher pay rate than we are.
Well, it's funny that you bring this up. So I made a purse, right? Similar to this one.
For stump?
No, not for stump. You fucktard. So I made a purse same design as this one, right? Made a matching shoulder strap with it. Had 174 hand-stamped flowers on it that were all hand-painted twice. 2 coats of paint by me, by hand. I told the guy, he goes, what do you charge for your purses? I said, $150. He looked right at me and said, brother, you're not charging enough. I'll pay you $2.25 for it.
There you go.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Cha-ching.
And that's been a return customer. I mean, he's bought multiple things from me. And the cool part about him is he likes to barter. So the last transaction we did, he sent me solid 1 ounce silver coins.
Sweet.
Rather than cash. So I got 3. I'm going to turn them into rings. John Sellers. There's a guy named John Sellers here on YouTube. He makes beautiful coin rings. He made that ring for me. That's a 2-pound British note that he hand hammered into a ring for me. And I mean, look it fits on my great big paws. But I'm probably going to turn those coins into rings. But that's currency that never, the shit hits the fan. Silver, gold, stuff like that. That's worth more than paper currency. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. You just got to know, because I heard some people talking the other day. They say if the dollar collapses, that the price of silver and gold will go way down too. So you just got to be. It'd be good for barter.
You can't eat silver.
Yeah, right.
You can trade it for bullets, though.
Yep.
It's one thing I got to give Stump credit on. He's got the whole keeping 5,000 rounds of ammo for each weapon he has. I'm not to that point, but I've started stockpiling ammo.
They say booze is going to be a good barter too if it ever come down to it.
Yep. A lot of uses for alcohol. Well, shoot, Mike, I had in my American Trappers magazine, I've had several that's actually had a tanning company with the prices in there.
Oh, really?
Of course, this one does not. I'll find it for you.
Steve?
Huh?
I got a question for you now, and I've heard this. I don't know if there's any truth to it, and it may be different in Michigan, but I heard in Ohio there's a bounty on coyotes.
Ooh, there could be. Because I
heard in Ohio there's a $50 bounty on a coyote.
Wow, that's huge.
No shit.
50?
$50, dude. And I'm telling you what, I could walk out my back door right now and hear them.
I'd be taking them motherfuckers out.
There was that Savage 223 I got. Oh yeah, that thing's dead nuts accurate.
Yeah, that's exceptionally high. Usually a bounty is like $10. You get to keep the skin and give them the skull or whatever. But
it's like down south, them fucking rats. What are them Nutrio rats or whatever?
Yeah.
They pay $5 a piece for them, but Christ, is rampant as them are running down there. You take a day, shoot 25, 30 of them.
Yep.
It's a $100 bill all day long.
Yeah, I've seen them guys go out in those airboats and just one after another. It's like, wow.
And that's a fucking animal that wasn't even indigenous to that area. They introduced it.
Yep. Well, it was accidental. Some guy thought he was going to make himself a millionaire by raising them for the fur. And it didn't work out so hot, so he released them. And now they're going all over. They got them as far up as Oregon and stuff.
Well, what's crazy? I was reading something here, and now they're saying that they introduced a rattlesnake that has no fucking rattle. So it's just as venomous as a diamondback rattler, but no rattle on it, no way to hear it. So that's great. And these are in Ohio. I mean, there's been reported cases of them in southern Ohio.
Great.
You got copperheads there too, Tim?
Copperheads, cottonmouth. Yeah, it's crazy. That's why I'm scared to death of snakes, man. I got bit by a cottonmouth when I was 4 years old. And if I see a snake, it dies. I don't care what it is. Black snake, garter snake. Nope, fuck you. You're going to die.
I didn't think cottonmouths were up this far north.
Oh, hell yeah, they are. Water moccasins.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. You know what I don't understand? These crazy bastards that have snakes for pets. I got a buddy that lives over in Australia. He's got a 8 or 10 foot. It's 10 foot boa constrictor. Why the fuck would you want that in your house?
Why don't you ask Stump?
That son of a bitch sends me pictures of them fucking things. I'm like, you prick.
Well, I suppose, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I got to get up at like 5:30 or so. Got an appointment with Mr. Adrian at the gun range.
Cool.
I'm going to throw some lead tomorrow.
Have fun, Johnny. Take it easy. It's good seeing you.
Johnny, have a good night, brother.
All right, take care, everybody. Everybody out there, take care.
Nice to see you, bro.
You too.
Right on, Guns Girl. We do have a ton of coyotes in this area. I wish they'd put a bounty on them. Woohoo! That'd be, man, that'd make, I'd get my every trap I owned out there.
What do you trap them with? A snare trap? I can't figure you use a foot trap, or you'd have to have a pretty doggone big one.
No, it doesn't take that big a one. It's just got to be strong. And snaring in Michigan is such a pain in the ass. You can't do it on public land. You have to do it on private land. You cannot use, they call it a restraint. You cannot use a snare to kill the coyote as it's designed to do, you know, to end the suffering or whatever. You have to get it where it just holds it around the neck until you get there to shoot it.
So it suffers and strangulates half to death before you show up and shoot it in the head.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid. Basically, it works like a leash because there's actually a stop on it that stops the loop from closing all the way, just tight enough to hold it there. Yeah, but yeah, they're afraid of choking out somebody's pet who has it off the leash and lets it run free and where it's not supposed to, and a bunch of other reasons. But yeah, foot traps. All it takes is like a 1 3/4 to hold a coyote. That's about the smallest I'd go.
I think so many people think the misnomer. They think a coyote's the same size as a wolf. And it's like, no. When you see one or the other, it's like, no. Coyote looks like a 35-pound mangy fucking scrawny dog. You see a real wolf, they're 100 pounds. You know what I mean?
Oh, easy.
Easy. I had a husky that was half husky and half Alaskan timber wolf. He was 130 pounds.
Right. Yeah, some of the wolves way up north, they get huge. I don't know about down here, but
talk about a majestic animal, though.
Right. Right on, Guns Girl. No way they look the same. Well, that's like people think they'll get a coyote mixed up with a dog, but when you see a coyote, it's like instantly you know it's a coyote. It's weird.
All you got to do is hear them. A coyote don't howl like a wolf.
Yeah.
They yip more than anything.
Mike, did we lose you?
Are you sleeping over there, buddy?
Nope.
Concentrating.
Is he doing the Scotsman? Is he snoring on the live stream?
You know, Mike hasn't done that in so long. I think the whole kidding him about it just went out of fashion.
We love you,
It's
Mikey.
been a long time.
We love you, Mikey.
It's been a long time. It's a shame Johnny had to leave earlier, but ow.
Well, I got all kinds of fun happening tomorrow. A customer decided to let me know that they want to upgrade their software, and get this, they want to do it at 11 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
What's that?
That's 1 a.m. That's 1 a.m. for me.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So I have to be awake tomorrow, awake and available from a window from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m.
Wow. That's going to be tough.
Red Bull.
Yeah.
Yeah, Red Bull, lots of coffee.
I'll fix your website. I'll fix your goddamn website. You can't.
Well, and here's the kicker. They won't let me get involved and just do the upgrade for them. They're like, oh, we're going to do it ourselves, and then if we have a problem, we'll call you. Well, you know they're going to fuck it up.
Oh, yeah, and then you're going to have to undo what they did to do what you need to do. Wow.
It's like I'm the expert, not being arrogant, but this is my software. It's what I do. It's what I've done for the last 8 years. I know what to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just let me do my shit. Leave me alone. It'll take me an hour. It'll take you 3 hours to fuck it up, and then call me, and I'll have to take another 3 hours to fix it.
Me too, G-Trap. I want one for a pet. Guns Girl says, I like wolves. I don't think I could shoot one. A coyote, yes, in a heartbeat.
They're just mangy. I mean, when you see them, they don't look like a wolf. They're scrawny and just, ugh.
If you see one in good health and stuff, they're
much different.
Pretty decent looking.
Yeah, and depending upon what coyote you're looking at, if you're looking at a mid, from the west of the Mississippi or so, you're looking at a 25-pound animal. Up here, they're upwards of like 40, 45 pounds. So they get pretty
really
big.
Get that big?
Yeah. There's some.
When I shot, I swear to God, it was almost 50 pounds.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, this side of the Mississippi, there's a lot of different breeding with coyotes. They found some that have wolf DNA. They found some that have dog DNA.
Well, the dog and the wolf, there's only 2% difference in the DNA between the dog and the wolf.
Right.
Because it's still the same genus. It's still a Canis lupus. It's still the same genus.
Yeah, just bigger teeth.
I'll tell you what, man. Titan, my husky wolf, his fucking canines were about 2.5 inches long. It was scary looking, man. I was like, oh, shit.
Right.
And that dog had such a prey drive. Anything that, cats, squirrels, snakes, anything that was little, he thought it was fucking food. The neighbor let his cats loose all the time. And I told him, I said, hey, dude, I don't care that your cats are in my yard, but I'm telling you this much. I let my dog out. I got invisible fence back there. I'm not trying to run after my dog and keep him from killing one of your cats. If your cats are over here, is what it is, man. And he got one of them, snatched it, threw it up in the air, caught it in midair, and snapped its fucking neck, man. Just like, I'm like, oh, damn.
Oops, I shouldn't be laughing at that. Sorry.
I walked over there and I was like, hey, Jeff. I'm like, you remember that calico cat you had? He's like, oh, yeah, Bubba. Wait a minute. That I had? And I'm like, yeah, that you had. Oh, go throw it in the woods and don't tell my wife. She got too many fucking cats to begin with. Okay.
Yeah, you shouldn't let your critters out. Cats especially, man, they get that feline leukemia and stuff from being out and fighting and all that shit.
We've got 2 cats in the house, and I'll tell you what, I'm not a cat person. I really don't care for either one of them. But my little guy loves them. And so I'm kind of torn. What do? Little guy loves them, and it's like, well, whatever, it is what it is, right? If I had my choice, I wouldn't have them, but little shit's got me wrapped around his little fingers, so.
That'll happen.
You talking to me?
No, I'm just saying that will happen to Tim.
It's amazing, though, no matter what kind of a shitty day you have or anything like that, you come home and he throws his arms around you and tells you he loves you. It's like, yep, okay, that's all gone. I don't care.
Right on, man.
I don't know. We never planned on having kids, you know what I mean? And when it happened, it was just changed my life a lot. I wouldn't have it any other way. Don't get me wrong, but got to start making a lot of different choices.
Yep. That's when I went out and got a real job for a living.
Got no choice. Got to do what you got to do.
Yep. As soon as my daughter was born, it was like, we need insurance.
Now.
Yeah. And the thing is, it wasn't a decision. It just, it is what it is.
But it's so crazy. I mean, I'm the tail end of, I love when people call me a millennial. So I'm like, fuck you. I'm not a goddamn millennial. But, the group of kids that are coming up, even me, I'm 38. I don't fucking understand them. I mean, kids that are 18 today, I'm like, you're a fucktard. Go away.
I'm telling you, man, it's a timeout generation.
Yeah, there wasn't no timeouts when I was growing up. There was ass beatings when I was growing up. You know what I mean?
You needed it.
Exactly. And here I am, no different. I'm certainly not any worse for it. If anything, I'm better for it. When I need my ass whooped, I got my ass whooped. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that sucked. I don't want to do that shit again, so I'll get my ass whooped if I do it again.
Yeah, when they got that became out of vogue is when dumb kids get one thing and then turn around the next day and do it again. So they gave the whole beaten thing a bad name.
I'll tell you what. So, you see me, I'm a pretty big dude. My mom is 5'4" and about 115 pounds. And let me tell you what, that woman scares the ever-loving shit out of me to this day, 38 years old.
Yeah.
She says something, yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'll go do it right now. Because she'll pick up a goddamn 2x4 and whack me upside my head if I get mouthy with her.
That's the way it should be.
I think it's a respect thing too. Kids just don't respect their elders. They don't respect shit today. I don't get it.
Well,
Mike?
They grew up never having to.
Being awful quiet, Mikey.
We're going to have to start sending him Red Bull or something. No caffeine.
They make caffeine-free Red Bull. That kind of defeats the point, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't. I did a Red Bull one day, and I'm going to tell you something. I won't do another Red Bull for as long as I live.
Jitter City?
I couldn't stop shaking to save my life.
Wow. There you go. Prepping just said it. Too many parents want to be their kids' friends.
Exactly. You're not their goddamn friends. You're their fucking parent.
You're their parent.
You're responsible for steering that kid into a good life.
Put your fucking foot down your knee too. Here's what I tell my kids. Okay. I tell my kids I'm the first guy that's going to give you a hug when you need one or when I think that I want to give you one. I said, the flip side of that is I'm going to be the first guy in line to kick your ass if I need to.
Yep.
But Mike, your kids respect you. You don't even have to, I'll use myself. My grandpa, man, he used to talk. He never laid a hand on me in my life. Never. Never once laid a hand on me. Because
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying it's a respect thing. You know what I mean? You teach them from a very young age, and then you don't have to lay a hand on them.
Well, you don't.
My grandpa never laid a hand on me. Never once. And my nana, gotta love her, little Italian woman. Fuck, she'd guilt you to death, dude. You'd be like, God, couldn't you just hit me and get it over with? No, she'd guilt you to death.
But my girls, they let me tell you something. They got fucking mouths on them, and they know when I've had enough. When enough was enough. I'm the easiest one going. My brothers are worse than me. My brother's like, what? You talking to your mother like that? Go away, because no, go. Oh yeah, no, it's. But for the most part, it's fine.
But you teach your kids to be respectful.
Yeah, right? I mean, I see kids out here that are flipping people off. They're 10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're telling adults on Facebook the other day about flicking somebody off, and I said, yeah. If I flick somebody off, the next picture I posted would be my hand in an X-ray machine because my mother would have broke my fucking finger.
Oh yeah. But I think it's kind of cool. My daughter's got a little friend, and he calls me Mr. DeLucia. And I said to my wife, Jesus Christ, nobody calls me Mr. DeLucia. That's my father.
Guess what you are?
The kids are doing that. He's trying to be respectful.
No, I'm not. And I says he can't call me Mike, and my wife's like, no, he can't call you Mike. But yeah, no. For the most part, the kids are good. But I do see boy, do I see some of these kids today. Wow, I just shake my head.
It's scary about it, dude. Think about it. In 30, 40 years,
and I wish them good luck.
These kids are going to be in their 50s.
Yeah,
that's some scary shit right there.
Thank God I won't be here to see that.
You and me both.
It's even some of the thought processes of the 20-year-olds is fucking scary.
There's no more work ethic. There really isn't. There's, my grandpa taught me it doesn't matter if you're shoveling shit or doing rocket science, man. You give 110% all day, every day.
Put pride in what you're doing. Exactly.
Whether you're digging fucking ditches or you're doing astrophysics, it doesn't matter.
Yep. And it's amazing how they don't. And then they think like certain things are beneath. I can't. That's beneath me. Beneath you, really?
Yeah.
Well, they act like they're owed something. You're not owed shit, man. You get out in the world and you fucking earn it. Earn it.
Yeah, it's
well, it's like the kids that think they're owed respect. That one kills me.
It's
you work with around kids and shit, Steve. You understand that. You see all kinds of young punks, probably.
Yeah, I don't intermingle. I keep them separate.
I remember years ago, I was coaching football. And this kid was giving his mom a hard time walking off the field. And he doesn't see me, and I come up, walking up from behind him, and I fucking screamed right in his fucking ear. And I said, "The hell did you just say?" He turned around. You thought that he saw like the worst boogeyman ever in his nightmare. You know what I mean? And he was just like, I go, here's how it's friggin' going. Okay? You are going to get in the car. You're going to go home. You're going to do your homework. You're going to take a shower. You're going to go to Christ to bed. Okay? Your mother just told you 3 times you're not getting nothing out of the snack shack because you haven't eaten your dinner. You understand? Because here's what's going to happen now. I'm going to call your mother, and I'm going to make sure that you're going to do exactly what I'm telling you to do, because if you don't, when you come to practice tomorrow, you're going to wish you didn't. He just stood there, and he went, okay, coach, I'm sorry. The I'm sorry you don't owe to me. You owe to somebody else. The next night, the mother comes down, and she's sitting
probably thanked you.
She's sitting there, right? And I send the kids for a lap after calisthenics. And she gets up out of her chair. She's like this. So I walk over to her. I said, what's up? And she goes, she says, other than thank you, I don't even know what else to say to you. I said, listen, I go, I didn't mean to. She goes, no, don't apologize. She says, he's been a peach. She goes, sometimes he gets in these things and these moods or these whatever. She goes, and I thought it was the kids he was hanging with and stuff, but I said, I'll take care of that for you. Don't you worry about a thing.
Yeah, kids get in them. You just got to shake them out of it.
That kid now is, he is how old? 34, I think.
Oof.
35. And every once in a while I bump into his mom and I bump into him. And I still break his balls about it, but he's a good kid, and he's a nice young man. And it's just, look, you're not meaning to be mean to the kid. You're just trying to get at a point across that they just got to have a little bit of respect. And
that kind of shit's intolerable. I mean, really, that's what you're teaching them. You're teaching them respect.
Yeah.
That's your mother. You don't talk to her like that.
Yeah.
I remember I was a young man and I mouthed off to my grandma. My uncle walked up to me and knocked me flat on my ass. You don't talk to your grandmother that way. You know what? I never talked to her that way again. Ever. Ever. One time. That's all it took. And I think a lot of these kids, that's what they need. They need a swift kick in the ass every now and then.
Well, it shocks them back into reality. And, hey, Big Dog, Prepping wants to know, are you drinking out of a cut-down bottle?
Yes, I am. That's called I'm too lazy to walk upstairs and get a glass.
Previn says we had a coach on my son's t-ball team say something to one of the kids for goofing off. The parents tried to have him removed for saying something about it.
Wow.
Well, you know, and you wonder why, though. See, now you're wondering why that kids are the way they are. It's because, you know,
it all starts with the parents.
Listen, when I coach Papuana football, I would tell the parents, listen, you're probably not going to like what you hear coming out of my mouth. So I said, I'm not going to apologize for what comes out of my mouth either, by the way. I said, so this is what you got to do. If you have a problem, the way I deal with problems on the field here, or the way I deal with children that don't listen, and you want to interject, you can interject and take your boy with you. There is no, you know.
Yeah, you don't coach the coach.
I says I don't demean any child out there. Never have, never will. So I says, and if you know, if your son's on the defensive side of the ball and the defense makes a mistake, the defense takes a lap. I don't give a shit whether your son made the mistake or not. They all go. They all take a lap. Or they all give me push-ups. They all do something. And I only had one parent say that wasn't fair. And I said, well, I'm not here to be fair. I'm here to teach the kids a little bit. I'm here to get them to pay attention, listen, have some fun, and learn something as they go.
Yep.
I said, that's why I'm here. You know, I said, if they're here just to hang out because it's like, you know, they don't get out of the house a lot or whatever, this is not the place for them. Because yapping while I'm talking.
This isn't babysitting. This isn't babysitting. That's not what we're here for.
Exactly. You know, if they're here to shoot the shit with their friends, hooligan, what's going on? Good to see you.
The hooligan, I just shouted him out over there.
If they're here to see if they're here to see their friends shoot the shit and talk, that's not what we do here. You know. Like I told the guy yesterday, we were in traffic. And he's on his cell phone. This drives me fucking shithouse. He's on his cell phone and he's doing one of these, right? And so I'm in the truck. I can't go around him on the left. And finally, for whatever reason, he moved. And I went going by him. Then he came by me and he beeped the horn. And he wasn't mad. He wasn't yelling at me or anything. He went on his window. He says, hey. I go, what's up? He says, what are you worried about me for? I goes, because, dude, you're going like this. I said, you almost sideswiped the lady beside me. You know, and he goes, well, he says, but that's not your responsibility to worry about somebody else. He said, so he says, maybe you should have been a cop instead of a delivery driver. And I said,
tell him to go fuck himself?
No, Mikey D's not like that. Mikey D is a very good road driver. Doesn't get road rage.
Out of luck then, because I got road rage like a motherfucker.
So I said to him, I says, it's too bad. I said, you should have been straight instead of being a cocksucker. The guy in the passenger seat was pissing himself laughing. He goes, and he told him too, he says, don't even bother. He says, the kid just fucking nailed you. He says, get out of here. He says, you just got burned. But, You know, it's just nobody ever says, "Hey, my bad, I fucked up." You know what I mean? It's always, or my Susie wouldn't talk like that. My Johnny would never do something like that.
Oh, yes, he would.
You know what I mean?
Fucking parents are delusional. Oh, my kid would never do that. I got news. He's come from me. He's my spawn. Absolutely, he's going to be a little asshole because he came from me, and I'm a big asshole.
I mean, when I was in junior high, I probably one of the times in my life where I was probably my at my worst of being an asshole, and I took we were in science class one day, and I took an alcohol burn. I tipped it upside down, and I wrote my name in the alcohol, thinking that if I lit it, my good night V-Borg, great seeing you, buddy. Thinking if I lit it, my name would actually flash up. Okay. So the science teacher sees this, gets me by the back of the shirt, takes me out in the hallway, two-hander to the chest against the lockers, and smacks me upside the top of the head. He goes, "What in the name of God do you think you're doing?" He says, "You're smarter than that." He goes, what the fuck's wrong with you?" So me thinking that I'm the, cats me out, I go home, I call my father, and I went, "Hey, I got a problem with a teacher." He says, "Yeah." He says, "What happened?" So I told him. He says, "I'll be over in a second." I said, "Okay." Comes over the house. He says, "So explain to me again what happened." I said, "Mr. Gilligan pushed me against the locker and it smacked me in the top of the head." Now, at the time, my father was probably 380, 375. And he took a backhander and just sent me clear across the fucking kitchen. He goes, "That's for having a teacher have to push you against the locker and biff you upside the top of the head."
Yeah.
He says, now, what did you do?" I go, "Nothing. Never mind. Forget it." He's like, "What?" I goes, "Forget it. I'm done. It's all good. Nothing. I didn't do anything. He just wanted to. Never mind." And I wouldn't tell him what I did, but I had to because I got suspended, And I said, I took an alcohol burn. I told him what I did. Boom, I got another one across the other side of the room. But my old man had a philosophy that if a teacher yelled at you, whatever, they didn't do it because they had nothing better to do,
When you got it worse when you got home. You got in trouble at school. You got it worse when you got home.
Yeah, I did. And it seems like I always got caught too. I got a brother never got caught doing anything wrong. Never got fucking caught. I used to get caught smoking. I got caught drinking, and I used to get caught for everything. This little prick never got caught for nothing. And even today, he'll say to me, he says, don't hate, because you were dumb enough to get caught." I'm like, yeah, whatever.
I never did anything to get caught because I was an angel as a child.
Yeah, I'm a starving fucking Ethiopian.
Here comes the fucking thunder and lightning. For the lion. No, but the kids today are different.
When I was in high school, we had choices, man. You can get in trouble. We had a teacher. Well, in junior high, we had a teacher named Mr. Talmadge, and he was built like Lou Ferrigno. You could either get like 3 whacks from him or like a Saturday school. First time I took the 3 whacks, and then the rest of the year I took Saturday schools.
Well, you're no dummy, that's for sure.
Oh man, fool me once, right?
Yeah.
Well, I fucking I remember I got pulled over by a cop one day, and older cop, and so he pulls me over. He says, "You're too close to that car in front of you," and he says, "And your muffler's really gonna go." I goes, "It's already gone." He goes, "Oh, you being a wise ass?"
No, I'm telling the truth, bro.
And I go, no. I says, it's really gone. He says, I know it's really gone. He says, but you got the rest of it's gonna go and you need repaired, okay, Mr. Funny Man? So then he says to me, he says, he comes back to my car and he says, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you two choices. I can either write you a ticket or I can go see Rose DeLucia. You know Rose, right? I go, yeah. He goes, my grandmother, right? And he goes, so what's it going to be? The ticket? Or am I going to have a chat with your grandmother? I said, go talk to my grandmother. Tell her I said I don't know, 2 days later, 3 days later, I'm at my grandmother's house. I walk through the door. Slam! Come here. I'm like, what? She gets me by the fucking ear and she's twisting. And I'm like, why are you twisting my ear? Jay Palmer, and she's a little Italian, you know. Jay Palmer coming to my house. He told me he pulled you over. Why are you making him pull you over? And I'm like, oh my God, you're just like your son. Now I know where my father gets it. You know.
Mike, I totally figured something out earlier today.
What's that?
I was watching some of the news reports from like South Carolina and North Carolina about this hurricane and all this stuff. And they kept talking to people. And the one guy said that something about his turlet. And then they talked to somebody else and they were talking about their something on the side of their house, their canopy or something like that. Their canopy.
Sounds like something Stump would say.
So I figured it out. You guys up there in Massachusetts don't use ours, and the people in North and South Carolina insert ours where they're not supposed to be.
Yeah. Like Manhattan.
Turlet.
Manhattan does that too. They call it coffee. Got some coffee.
Like the put your clothes in the washer.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, we don't like ours. We don't use them. Jay, what's the story about the M80s?
M80s?
Yeah, he's telling me to tell him. Mike, tell the story about the M80s. Refresh my memory.
My side chat's fucking up here.
I have too many, the one I blew a snake apart? That one? I sent bottle rockets down the hall. That was funny. This other kid had me beat though. He drove a dirt bike right down the hallway. Oh.
That's a classic.
Yeah. Except the kid's still classically stupid, and he never kind of grew up. But no, M80's no. The only thing I did with an M80 is a snake bit me one time. I stuffed this fucking M80 down a snake's mouth.
What kind of snake was that?
I was a big sumbitch. It was about this big around. Drew blood. I was bleeding like a stuck pig.
Don't do snakes, dude. No.
I was bleeding like a stuck pig.
No, thank you to snakes. And motherfuckers who keep snakes as pets, no, me okay.
And we used to have Roman candle fights. Those are fun.
We used to lay
bottle rocket fights are fun too. Look at that, Steve. Fucking bottle rocket fights. Those are fun.
Yeah.
Bottle rocket.
We used to lay them on the pavement, shoot them into traffic.
Yeah, the bottle rockets.
Yeah.
And then you used to break the end of them, so they'd fucking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was one of our forms that we'd stand in a circle, break the stick off, light it, throw it in the middle of us, and take off running because it would get one of us.
Fuck, we used to get in pellet gun wars. Remember those?
Oh yeah, one pump roll.
Yeah, one pump.
Yeah. Whoever followed that.
But you know, one thing that I used to get all the time at like the fireworks store when I was a kid, and it didn't matter where you pointed this thing or where you set it off at, that motherfucker would chase you down. Was the big giant blue looking pill with the wings on it? You know what I'm talking about? Plastic.
Yeah.
Had like the fan wings on it.
Yeah, they shoot the sparks out and go up in the air.
Yeah, then they come right. Then it finds you like he's seeking missile.
Yep.
Comes right at you. No matter which way you run, you're getting hit by that son of a bitch.
Yeah, no, we
Kind of like remember the water hose, the thing you used to put on the end of the water hose, Mr. Wiggle or whatever.
Yeah.
Back in the 70s, that damn thing would beat the hell out of you too.
I don't remember back in the 70s. That was pre-me.
you were pre-me.
Actually, believe it or not, I was.
There was
big as my ass is.
There was this thing called Mr. Wiggle, and it's screwed onto the end of the water hose, and it's like a sprinkler. But if you had like city water and you had pretty good water pressure, it would hold back. The hose would go up in the air like a damn snake, and it would just like flop around everywhere and squirt water everywhere. The damn thing would hit you, and it hurt like hell.
Yeah. That's back when lawn darts were legal.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
We were survivors, man. We were hardcore survivors.
I miss lawn darts.
We didn't have car seats. We ate lead. Our bedrooms were painted with lead paint.
Yeah.
Drank out of the goddamn garden hose and didn't die from it.
Oh, I still drink out of the garden.
Drink out of a water bubble, didn't die from it.
The water bubbler. Oh yeah, the bubble.
You know,
yeah, it's a water fountain for those south of New York.
I could thumb without lawn darts. Remember lawn darts, peanuts, guys?
Sure.
I used to be able to thumb without getting fucking
butt raped by a pedophile.
Butt raped by a pedophile, but back then it wasn't butt raped; it was kidnapped and killed.
Yeah.
But Jesus, it didn't matter.
We didn't have no bike helmet laws.
No. We bumper slid on buses. All right, some people call it mushing. We call it bumper slide in the winter. You know,
hold on to the bumper. The
back of the bumper, go for a fucking couple, 2-3 miles or whatever.
Playgrounds covered in gravel, not wood chips or rubber.
Yeah. You know.
It might fall. Well, fuck, they'll skin their knee and figure out I don't want to do that no more.
Right.
slip and slides used to come with metal things to hold the corners down, would cut the hell out of you. Now they come with like these little plastic rubber things.
We can eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in our fucking school, in our class, at our desk.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's always somebody allergic to peanut butter now, man, no matter where you go.
Shit, you lived on it.
They can the school can send you home. You know, you can go home, get out of here. You know, and today they can't do that.
I know my kid. We live like 2.5 blocks from the school, and they'll call and wake me up. You know, I'll be working third shift. You think you get some good sleep? Kid be sick at school. Can you come pick him up? Like, can you just send him home? It's only 2 blocks. You know.
Yeah.
No, it's against their policy. He has to be picked up and signed out. Well, let me put some clothes on and I'll be there.
Yeah. Get out of your house coat.
It should just go in my pajamas. Everybody else does. Shit, people go to Walmart in their pajamas. Why can't I go pick up my kid in my pajamas?
God, I hate that.
Don't yell at him. Put some fucking pants on, for Christ's sakes.
Well, back in the 80s, we had pants that looked like pajamas. Today,
Jams. Remember they were called jams?
Yeah. Remember the jams?
MC Hammer pants.
Yeah, they were. They were MC Hammer pants. And they came in all all colors and fucking designs.
Fubu's, or what was that? All the NFL teams had Fubu pants or something. They were like zebra print.
We had fucking spandex. We had fucking short shorts. We had it all back
There's
then.
a goddamn mental picture. I don't need Mikey DeLucia.
Big hair.
Spandex. Jesus Christ.
Mike DeLucia probably had his white champion basketball shorts with his Larry Bird jersey. That came all.
No, he had a fucking Don Johnson 3/4 sleeve suit, didn't you, Mikey?
I did not. I did
Wore,
I did have the short shorts like fucking Larry Bird, though.
Do you remember wearing penny loafers with no socks?
Damn.
Hey, Nathaniel's Adventures, welcome. What's up?
Hey, Nathaniel.
You know, we had a creek that ran through our property, so we'd always get a bunch of rocks and make some mud, get some buckets and slop a bunch of mud and build a dam up the creek. Hell, in one area we could get it about 4.5, 5 foot deep, make a swimming hole.
Nice.
My dad used to get so pissed because the rest of the creek would be dry for a couple of days. He'd say, "You're killing all the wildlife down that way, damming up the creek."
I bet you Mikey had a members jacket, members only jacket. And
Members only, hell yeah.
Yeah, yes on both. I love parachute pants. I thought they were great.
What about back in the early '90s when everyone was wearing them fucking starter jackets? You get killed over one of those damn things.
Yeah.
Not if you had a fucking Cleveland Browns one.
Hey, yeah, that's I forgot. I keep forgetting you're in this area. So only the Cleveland Browns can break a losing streak by not winning.
Yeah, I saw
Where
that.
the hell are you at, Ohio?
Ohio.
Around Akron.
All right, so you're south of me.
So you're
Beulah.
Ashtabula, yeah.
Right.
I love parachute pants, Jay Watt. I think that those are the best pants made. Those and the jams, best pants ever made.
You know, my
Ashtabula
stepdad.
County, the meth capital of Ohio.
I'm telling you, man, where I'm at, well, where I work, a nice area, but God, we get. It's
not meth no more. It's not meth no more. It's heroin now.
Heroin. I got two guys here right now that are both on fucking heroin withdrawal drugs. That they're in there with belly aches and screaming and crying and everything. I've been dealing with them all night.
Fuck my neighbor. My neighbor died a year ago. OD'd right in the house next door. Right out. And I mean, I live in the township out in the middle of nowhere, right? I mean, I'm not in the city by any means. I walk out my back door. When I did my Let Freedom Ring video, I walked right out my backyard and started shooting off rounds, you know.
Yeah, I miss that. That's how I used to live, man.
Yeah, when I bought this house, I told the realtor, I'm like, nah, I can't live in the city limits, man. No. If I can't shoot guns, I can't live there. So you got to find me out.
You got to live in the county or out in one of the townships, right?
Yeah, I'm in a township. I'm actually in Geneva on the lake, but I'm not. I'm in Geneva Township. So
where they had the big convention?
Yeah, there's a big yeah, Trump was here. I went to that when he came to the Spire Institute. Hey, you dickweed. That's not what I'm fucking talking about. What the hell's in here with you?
Oh, the Geneva Convention.
No, Trump came here to the Spire Institute. I was there.
Cool.
All right, you guys, listen, I hate to do this, but I got a long day ahead of me tomorrow. So I'm going to skedaddle. You guys can stay. If I can figure out a way to leave the chat up.
Nah, I think I'm out of here too. I was thinking about going to the range tomorrow since I got pimped last weekend.
All right, so we're going to get out of here. We'll see you all tomorrow night on Stevie's. Well, if he's not busy on somebody else's chat, I guess. But
technically, it wasn't a chat. It was.
I'm sorry. That's right.
Blog something.
Fucking.
It was a podcast.
Podcast.
There you go.
Fucking faggot. Anyway, I'll be hit for racial slurs or something now.
No, it's okay.
But,
I won't sue you.
He was calling him British cigarette.
Yep.
We'll see us all next. We'll see us all tomorrow night on Steve's chat. For those that we won't, we'll see us all next week. Peace.
Thanks, everybody.